And of course, you're still locked into Konga103.7FM, the station that got you covered when it comes to commerce
and hit music.
When it comes to great interviews now, you know how it is now. We got you. Because today we have a special guest right here with us in the building. I forgot to put a drum roll sound here today. I don't know.
Find it.
And okay, so we have a special guest right here with us in the building. If you've not heard his voice, we're going to play. There's a snippet, a trailer snippet here I have here. We're going to play it maybe in between the show, but at the same time,
figure it out.
So we have none other. Please, I want all those listening right now. I don't know, maybe we'll just make a sound. We have Swanky JKA right here with us in the building. He's a rising star in Nollywood and Nigeria's bold storytelling powerhouse. He has transformed from modeling into acting and has become one of the industry most versatile. Get that word, versatile.
Yes, sir.
If you've seen the way he's displaying characters, you can't even imagine. It's good to have you here with us in the building.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you here. So we've been anticipating your what's called your coming down here for a very long time. Like it's been when she said you're gonna be here, we're like okay, what are we gonna do differently this time around? What are we gonna do differently this time around? But I believe these clips are gonna go out and everybody's gonna see that you're actually here. Yes, so it's also we can engrave his signature. Swanky was here.
we definitely can make that happen now. We definitely can make that happen.
All right, so just a quick one. Why did you decide to go into acting modeling? Let's start with that basically overall.
I think I've gotten this question a lot lately, but I think it's like a calling.
Okay.
It's one of those careers that's not exactly, well, some people will not agree with me, but you can't exactly say it's a professional career, which means you don't exactly need to be certified in school or anything. It's something that if your passion calls you to it, you have what it takes to do it, and you have the opportunities to do it, you go ahead and do it. So I've always felt like that. As you know, many musicians started in the church choir, so with acting, church drama, secondary school stuff. So yeah, that's the bedrock, or that's how I started off in knowing that the drama.
Why everybody always start from the church? I don't know. Maybe I have to go back to the church because I can act, but in my dreams, like basically.
You go back. You're not in the church right now.
I am in the church, but the story of people starting in the church is so rampant. Like everyone will tell you, how do you start dancing? I'll tell you in the church. Well, in the church.
A wise man told us 2 days ago on Instagram, or rather, I saw it 2 days ago. He said, "Don't hold yourself back from starting afresh." That the fear of starting afresh is maybe keeping you from realizing a lot of potential. So
that fear of starting afresh, sometimes there's that need to keep doing something even if it's not working, and that crippling thought that, God, if I start all over again, I'm back to ground zero. And sometimes maybe ground zero is not the worst thing. Sometimes
all these things just saying go back to church.
I mean, if you go back to your church now and you tell the young people, because normally there's some things in church that only young people will show interest in. Join drama team. You'll be like, what are you doing? But you'll be shocked. People like some many Hollywood celebrities that came into the limelight in their 50s, 60s. Morgan Freeman, for example. So you never can tell.
Speaking about drama, speaking about acting, we would not be able to speak about acting and your career without speaking about your role in living in bondage. How did this role change your career?
Well, it's been what now? 7 years already. Yeah, feels like yesterday. But
Sure.
I would say that because of the iconic place that movie holds in the hearts of the Nollywood goers, the 1992 version, that is. I think reprising, or rather taking on the lead character in that movie in its sequel, is something that doesn't disappear. It's like saying Godfather 1, Godfather 2, stuff like that. So I think what it did for me was take me from an average performer, or a performer who was largely unknown, to becoming putting me on lots of magazines, putting me on in the and to the center of what we say celebrity status. So it's something that definitely changed the trajectory or overnight success. Some people would say without exactly looking at the years of servitude or waiting to get there. So David in Bondage is the movie that changed it all. The movie that changed the conversation, up the stakes, literally take you from, oh, I know a guy, he's very talented, to, oh, haven't you seen? That's the movie that did that. So,
okay, let's just go fast forward to the AMVCA award. Now tell us, how was that moment for you personally?
Well, everybody dreams as an up-and-coming artist. You dream of a prestigious award such as that. There are many of them, but the AMVC is for consistency, for the reach that it has, how many homes that watch it. Everybody wants their mom, their dad, their siblings, their classmates to see them go up on that stage to say, I made it. I think talking about the feeling that it had or what it felt like, priceless, always will be. It's a night you always will go back to as a reference point. So AMVC is, even I think people that receive it 5 times, 10 times, I think it's still an honor to be recognized.
Definitely. I think do we have any equivalent of like Oscars or something like that, or does the AMVC stands at that currently?
Well, I think there's been some changes now to how the award is meted out. Before now, it was largely a viewer's choice award. But now they're leaning more into an academy type design where professionals watch and decide. It was majorly
viewer's choice.
Decided it. So
my question is, if there is someone listening right now and people spend a lot of time trying to build up on their craft, but one thing they do not prepare for is how to come to terms with that success when it does come. That person listening, putting in the work,
right?
Yes, once that hit comes, once that major hit comes, what is something you did that you wish you could have done differently, or what's that thing you did well? What's the advice that you're telling that person, someone listening right now, in order to accept such?
I think first things first. I think the first advice would be getting there. That's the hardest part. Although when you do get there, it's even harder to stay there. Right? But I think the advice would be to whoever that knows that they have what it takes. It's not an easy road. A lot of people will tell you time is passing. The industry is paying you peanuts. Sometimes it's good to pivot and go do other things and come back when you've made it, because the industry, you need another source of income to be able to stay the part. But for when you get there, I don't think I'll do anything differently. My case is a very unique case, but I'll also say to people, not everybody will make it after one film. Do you understand? It's different routes to the market. But the word of today would be to, when you get there, don't get carried away.
Don't get carried away, right?
What it was like to get there.
Talking about that, Jide and Swanky will come all the way, way back from Enugu.
Please don't say Enugu. The Enugu is also rubbing off our face. I was born in Enugu though, so I can say Enugu.
Enugu has made a lot of stars, really. There are 2 questions I want to ask you right now. One would be, when you came from Enugu and had to deal with the competition and the fast-paced Lagos, how did you manage that? How did you cope? And then there's also something about you. You are still very level-headed despite the successes and wins that you have, seen so far. How are you able to do that?
Okay, I think number 2, I will answer that first. I guess the both answers go hand in hand actually, but let's start from number 1. Number 1 is, to be honest, what people describe as luck is preparedness meeting opportunity. So first things first, you have to be prepared. You have to prepare yourself for a new market, for a new industry at all times to elevate, right? And that means you have planned. Then number 2 is opportunity. when it comes, would you be able to grab it? Would you even recognize it? Would you? They say, "Oh, you actually living in bondage, like as if you owe rent." Yes, I owed myself that. Opportunity doesn't come twice. In my case, it came more than twice. So, the truth is about level-headedness or keeping it calm. It's only when you feel like you've arrived, that's when you start to lose focus. So for me now, like we said off the record, and I said to you, we're taking Lagos now. The next plan is the world. How do you now relax or relent when you haven't even gotten to where you're
going
planning? So first you had dreams, now you have goals. So they see the difference. So I think you must stay level-headed, especially when you have a good background, when you have, your roots are well planted. You understand. Some people actually come into this business to be celebrities. I think it's not the case with me. In this business, it's more of what I love, impact and community. So instead of getting carried away, instead it's time to even expand your plans, grow more. So I also don't blame people who never thought in their life that they would get to a certain point, and when they get there, they tend to relax a little. We don't live 200 years. It's okay to relax. You know what I mean? It's okay to have a little fun. Yeah, but reality will check in sooner or later. Okay.
Fred has tons of questions for you, but I must chip this in if I leave you. A Tribe Called Judah. That's one movie that put every actor and actress there on the map, and very interesting. We connected with it very well. How was the making and being part of that movie like for you?
I think A Tribe Called Judah was a big blessing. I remember that I had spoken to my graphic designer one time. I wanted to put out a document on my career, and we were like, have we crossed $1 billion yet in our career? And we were like, just put it. I'm like, just put what? They're going to, they will find out though. You understand? So I think I was part of Brotherhood before then, and we were projecting for 1 billion. We fell short of that. And then eventually, when Tribe Called Judah came on board, I told them, listen, this is the one. We will do everything possible. Pay cards, whatever it is, we will make this one because we need this for the portfolio. So I think even beyond just being or seeing what we grossed at the cinemas, I think more so it's a movie that I would like to describe as Wazobia, in the sense that it had the Hausa, the Igbo, the Yoruba.
In fact, it was just a masterpiece.
It was
really.
well put together.
It was a masterpiece that connects with Nigerians.
Exactly. And also beyond just the politics of the commercialization of the film, we also looked into certain topics that I'm very, very particular about, which is single motherhood, which is single parenting, which is a woman that's raising boys. So there's a lot of aspects to it that I really,
dealing with her boys and having to put up a tough skin. The movie was real. I think that's one of the things that made it connect with people. Simple and very real, and there were so many intricacies and tricks that you didn't see coming, like when you were just about to go grab your money, this other team came from nowhere.
Okay, I want to digress a little bit. There's a bit of controversy about dancing for
promoting movies.
It was a big thing all over social media. What's your take on that? Should we dance to promote our movies?
First off, I've only been in this cinema market now for 6 years or 5, right? I don't think I have the maturity or the industry clear, how they say this is above your pay grade, to chip in on this topic. But what I can say with my limited knowledge with promotions and distribution is that we're in the social media era, and in this era we will keep evolving, which means if we must dance today, we will dance today. If tomorrow we need to change style, some time ago it was people who did radio jingles. 3-pound road, that was what we used. Hey, if you watch this movie,
and it was doing what it was supposed to do then.
If now people are in the scroll culture, and dancing is what makes them watch. I don't really believe that dancing translates to money, because you could dance, somebody could enjoy the content and move on. But if you are able to build a following, if you look at, for example, these people that are supposedly dancing today, they have careers spanning over 20 years across different DVD industry, cinema industry, YouTube industry. So this followership doesn't mean that if you dance, you sell. It's people who knows what their fans are looking out for. So it's strategy. So you find your own strategy if you must and if you can. But there's no such thing. I don't think this one applies to where you say join them if you can't beat them, because I can't dance. So what are you going to do?
People might appreciate the effort.
All right, let's just quickly play this trailer from the movies Safari, and we're going to be right back to continue. We might even be talking on the bed, but let's just play the music. And of course, you're still locked into Konga103.7 FM, and that's the thriller of the movie Safari. You can go watch the trailer on to get a snippet, to feel it, how the movie is. It's an amazing movie where we have our brother right here in fact, I don't want to start saying the things there. Just go and just go watch it. Let me not give you spoiler. Because if I start saying it now, it'd be like, okay, you start imagining in your head, you gotta see Swanky JKA in action there, where he was just the snippet alone you see there with his tinted hair around that trailer. You're gonna say, man, this one gonna make sense. All right, so one of the final questions I want to ask before I allow Vic Solu to ask: are you the brother of Eric Gwaga? I believe I pronounced that correctly. Are you Eric's brother? Let's put it that way.
I believe that you have murdered the name. It's okay. Yes, he's my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the disparity within the name?
Well, I believe that people decide. Nowadays we have brands who use what names they feel like. It's shocking to discover that Jamie Foxx is not using his real name, his government name. His name is Eric Marlon Bishop. Wow. Same thing with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
With Gorilla.
Yeah, like when I posted your flyer, there was Swanky JKA, and the person, this not Jideken there.
So yeah, like
where's the Swanky coming from?
Is the title I use for film.
So where did Swanky come from, though?
It's my name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, JKA. That's
no, I know JKA is, but Swanky seems like it's the hype to the JKA.
Even just this afternoon, Stanley was asking me, when is Jideken coming? Who Jideken is that?
Okay, you know him so well as Swanky.
Okay.
All right, he has a project too he's working on. Okay. So that's the City Project. Yes. City of Dreams. Dreams. Yeah, City of Dreams. Yeah. So just tell us a bit about it.
Well, you spend some time at the markets and you start to discover that maybe you can actually become a vendor. So after roughly right now about 12 to 15 years in the industry, I decided to try my hand at producing, at telling a story myself. I consider myself a cocktail of so many great minds, having worked with the best directors and storytellers in Hollywood. So my team and I, we went to work and we made a TV series, 6-part miniseries that's still in post-production around the world. It features a lot of people or actors from across Africa and in the United States as well. So the goal for me with my generation is not just to enjoy celebrity status, it's to build something for Nollywood, which I like to call the bridge between Nollywood and the cousin industries like Hollywood, Bollywood, and so on and so forth. So
interesting.
I think the goal here with City of Dreams is to build a Pan-African audience. Okay. Before now, we make movies for Nigerians and Ghanaians for Ghanaians, but now I feel like with the social media that we have, instead of just talking about xenophobia, talking about other fight, jollof this, jollof that, maybe we can unite that industry. So that's what we're trying to do with a global story, with a local story that's meant for global audiences.
Wow. Yes. Wow, that's quite interesting. How's pushing the project been for you?
Eye-opener. Made a few mistakes, learned a lot. Also, put in the things I've learned with working with legends and giants. So I would say that it's a coming of age story. I think people are gonna love it. They're gonna love it a lot. The youth is the future for tomorrow, and very soon we would have rollout information on what it is. Right now, talking to distribution partners in the States and across Africa to find the right home for that.
Interesting.
All right. That's all we can take right now on the Juice Box right here on Konga 103.7 FM. But before I go, I want to tell you guys about this TV set we have on Konga.com right now. We have the Brom BTF 55-inch smart TV right now. So go get it right now for just 458,770 naira, as against 105 naira, 510 naira the initial price. But right now you can get it for just 400 and just half the price. Oh, less than half the price.
That's a sweet deal right there.
That's a sweet deal right now. So I can watch all Swanky JK movies for in a very clear dimension.
Very clear. Interesting.
Yes. All right, as I can say right now, I want to say a very big thank you to our guest right here. It's a good thing we have you here, and I tell you,
thank you for being here.
More heights, and yes, the project, we can't wait to see it.
Definitely, we're actually gonna. I believe we're gonna work together to see how we can also make people to go stream and watch it,
and push it out there.
Definitely. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep locked right here. We had remember the cruise control continues this evening.
Definitely.
So keep locked right here. The traffic is on in Lagos from the rumors going around right now. So come join us. Bye.
Stay safe. Yeah.
All right.